Welcome back, my Spanish-speaking superstars. This is the Spanish-speaking Dude Daily with the next video on our Easy Spanish for Beginners covering all the basics series. Congratulations on making it to Lesson 3. In this video, we will be discussing an essential part of daily life and unlocking any language, numbers. Numbers are an essential part of our daily life, and the Spanish language is no exception. Understanding numbers in Spanish will be a key stepping stone on your path to fluency, allowing you to express quantities, prices, times, dates, addresses, and much more. So, without further ado, let's start counting in Spanish. First, let's discuss some of the reasons why learning numbers is so important. This brings us to Section 1, why learning numbers is important. Before we dive into the numbers themselves, let's take a look at why they're so essential. Numbers are used in our daily lives more often than we realize. Whether it's asking for a phone number, buying groceries at a local market, telling time, or understanding dates, numbers play a crucial role. Numbers show up in every facet of our lives. We can't escape numbers, and they're essential in English, Spanish, and any other language you wish to learn. Numbers are used at our jobs, in our vehicles, to manage money, navigate the world. They're on the highways we use. Without numbers, we would not be able to accomplish things in our normal lives. They allow us to locate the home of a friend and the exact distances and numbered roads to take in order to go visit that friend. They let us bake cakes, build skyscrapers, and buy a gift for a person we love. Numbers are incorporated into everything we do as humans. By mastering numbers in Spanish, you'll be better equipped to navigate through Spanish-speaking countries and interact with native speakers. So, regardless whether you're trying to purchase a Picasso for millions, trying to get the telephone number of some gorgeous Spanish-speaking person, or just want to know how much lunch costs, let's dive into Spanish numbers. Welcome to Section 2. Let's actually get into counting from 0 to 10. So, let's start with the basics. Just like in English, everything beyond 10 includes the numbers between 0 and 10. Okay, you already know the English, so I'm not going to say that part. I'm only going to use the Spanish for each one, so follow along with me. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, let's do it again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more time. This time, you try to repeat with me. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The secret to learning Spanish fast and basically anything in life is to incorporate the use of it in your daily life. Practice counting anything you can find in Spanish. I don't care if it's rocks, socks, or shoes. We've covered the word for dog already, perro, so practice counting dogs if you have to. As we progress, you will explode with the necessary vocabulary to count more and more things. Don't worry if you can't remember all of them immediately. Remember, practice is the key. Try to repeat each number a few times out loud. Let's cover them again one more time before we move on. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Welcome to Section 3. We're moving into our teens now, numbers 11 through 20. All right, now let's move on to the numbers from 11 to 20. I'm going to do the same as I did before. You know the English on the left, obviously. I'm going to say the Spanish on the right, so follow along. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. One more time. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. One more time. This time, follow along. Repeat with me. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You'll notice that 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 have to be special, but 16, 17, 18, and 19 made it simple by starting with the AC and then the number 6, 7, 8, or 9. 10 being the combination of 10 for 10, followed by either 6, 7, 8, or 9. So, 16, 17, 18, 19. Welcome to Section 4, counting from 21 to 30. Be sure you've practiced up to 20 already. Once you've mastered up to 20, we can move on to the slightly tricky part, the 20s. The rule here is to say 20, a combination of 20 and y, which means and, followed by the units from 1 to 9. For example, 20, 21 is 21, 22 is 22, and so forth until we reach 30, which is 30. So, let's cover 21 to 30. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Give you a look at my face right there. Section 5, counting from 30 to 100. From 30 onwards, things get a bit easier. I really appreciate those of you who have watched so far. This is where things begin to ease up and become more repetitive. In the 30s, 30, you say the 10s followed by E, which means and then the units. Let's look at some examples. 31 is 31, 42 is 42, 53 is 53, 64 is 64, and so on until we reach 100, which is 100. Now let's run through the 10s quick so that you get an understanding of each of those, and then you simply add on the individual numbers afterwards. So we've already covered 10 and 20, 20 and 20. 60 is 60, 70 is 70, 80 is 80, 90 is 90. Keep practice these until you feel comfortable with them. Practice, people. Count llama if you have to in order to practice. But practice. I just wanted to throw some llama in the video. Let's do a quick example up to 100 of the 10s before we move on, because from here it's just a matter of adding words like it is in English. 19 is 19, 28 is 28, 37 is 37, 46 is 46, 55 is 55, 64 is 64, 73 is 73, 82 is 82, 91 is 91, and 100 is 100. Yay! Section 6, to 100 and beyond. Just adding to the basics we build on, basically. From 101 to 199, we use cientos, such as 101 for 101. For the hundreds, we use the numbers we have learned followed by ciento. For example, 200 for 200, 300 for 300, and so forth until we reach 1000, which is middle. At this point, it comes down to the basics again to carry on beyond 1000. 2000 is 2000, 3000 is 3000, 4000 is 4000, 5000 is 5000, 6000 is 6000, 7000 is 7000, 8,000 is 8,000, 9,000 is 9,000, and 10,000 is 10,000. To continue from there, you simply continue like you would in English. So, for example, 13,210 would be 30,210. Practice your basic numbers, and you'll easily learn to combine them for larger quantities and more fluency in your Spanish speaking. Woo! You made it to Section 7. Practicing with real-life scenarios. Congratulations on making it this far, and for what it's worth, I guess online and virtual worlds also count when it comes to practice if you're practicing listening and speaking Spanish. A great way to practice numbers is to use them in your daily life. When you see numbers around you, try to say them in Spanish. The same is true for the rest of the language. The more you incorporate it and practice it all the time, the easier and quicker it will become. Count the steps when you climb stairs. Tell the time in Spanish, which we will cover in depth in another video. Or count oranges when shopping. Try to calculate the prices in Spanish. Whatever you do, count anything you possibly can. Repeat phone numbers to people. Count the floors while riding the elevator. Whatever you do, practice counting. Count the pistachios in your lunch or the scoops of kale in your shake. Whatever it takes. Well, congratulations for making it to the end of this video. That's an accomplishment in and of itself. You're a winner in this dude's eyes. Especially as my first channel with no subscribers, I genuinely do appreciate you if you made it this far, and I commit to doing the best I can to provide the best lessons I can and improve my video making skills. Anyway, enough of the thank yous for now. You should now have a fairly comprehensive look at Spanish numbers. Keep practicing and these numbers will soon roll off your tongue. Remember that anything in life requires consistency, and learning Spanish. In our next video, lesson number 4, we will be adding some color to your life. Literally. Well, at least we will be adding the Spanish words for colors and expanding your expert grasp on Spanish vocabulary. Please help a middle-aged man struggling to be YouTube famous. Leave some constructive comments below to help me learn what I can improve on, and please hit the like and subscribe buttons, as many more lessons will be following this one. I really do want to try and help provide you with basic free lessons so that you can become fluent in Spanish as quickly and as easily as possible. As usual, mis amigas de español, hasta la próxima. Until next time, I hope to see you in the next video.